Welcome to the podcast, Let's Talk PWS, a series all about Prader-Willi syndrome. I'm Susie.
And I'm Kade. Let's start talking.
Welcome, listeners. Welcome to episode 5. This one is titled The OWLA Group, and we've got a very special guest, Georgina Loughnan. Kade, why don't you give us a big introduction to Georgina? We know her really well, but love to share with the rest of our listeners all about Georgina, the great work she does.
Fantastic. So Georgina Loughnan, OAM, serves as on the PWS Australia Board as Secretary and is phenomenal. She was based at the Prader-Willi Syndrome Specialist Clinic, Metabolism and Obesity Services at the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital in Sydney. Georgina has worked with IPSO for many years on the FamCare Committee. She's also a former member of the IPSO Board of Trustees and now works with our OWLA Group, which is truly wonderful. Thank you for joining us online today, Georgina. We're thrilled to have you, and thank you also for serving our community for so many years. Could you please tell us about the OWLA Group, what it is and how and who can join?
Thanks, Kade and Susie. It's a pleasure to be here. And I've had a huge pleasure of working with adults with Prader-Willi syndrome for the last 35 years. So OWLA, OWLA, stands for Our Way of Life Australia. It's a self-advocacy group for adults living with Prader-Willi syndrome, so over the 18 years and over. And we include members from around Australia and also beyond. So we have a man from Malaysia who joins us, and we have had people from New Zealand who have joined us in the past and may be doing so again in the future. So we started in August 2021 when we had 3 of the 5 invited adults join a meeting via Zoom. And this was during COVID. So the big discussion, of course, was COVID, what they liked and didn't like about COVID. And we did Zoom etiquette, etc. Originally, each meeting ran for 1.5 hours, but over time the guys said it was too long. They wanted it to only go for an hour. So we go by what they say. We currently have 20 adults, 12 females, 8 men, who are invited to a meeting once a month on a Saturday morning, and roughly about anywhere between 8 and 10 join us for the meetings. Topics for discussion are confirmed the month before, and they usually come along with their ideas, and I really just act as a facilitator, as does James O'Brien, and Kimberly Herraville has also joined the OWLA group, so it's great to have extra hands there.
So Georgina, with my daughter Stephanie, who's just turned 20, I'm really keen to get into the OWLA group. So what's the best thing about the OWLA group? What have you found?
Look, I could rave on forever about the OWLA group, but I guess the best thing really is hearing the members in the group share their ideas and listen to the other members. They often come up with great suggestions for others in the group who might be struggling with something. They're very supportive and generous with their empathy towards others when it's appropriate. And then they praise others in the group for their achievements or, well done, that's great. Mm-hmm. It really is an eye-opener. And we all know that PWS syndrome can be pretty difficult. But when you sit with the people who are living with PWS, they can totally blow me away, honestly. So I've found that people with PWS have absolutely enormous potential and often very hidden ability. They are differently abled to us. And when they're given the opportunity to express themselves while being listened to in their own forum, they absolutely shine. They can be so wise, so caring, and so thoughtful. And it never ceases to amaze me how those who we may consider to be a little bit more intellectually disabled than others actually come out with the most incredible insights or suggestions for others. It really is quite amazing, and it never ceases to amaze me how much potential these guys actually have. And I guess I'm most proud of the fact that in 2024, during the 6th Asia Pacific Prader-Willi Syndrome Conference, we had a whole program stream for people living with PWS, and 8 of our OWLA members did PowerPoint presentations that they had put together with a bit of help maybe from support workers or family. They chose the topics and they spoke absolutely brilliantly. And not only did they present their PowerPoint presentations so well, they stood there and answered all questions that came from the floor that were directed to them. And these questions came from other people with PWS, from family members, and also from caregivers and others who came into the session to pop their heads in and ended up staying. We had people sitting on the floor. It was such an amazing session. And you really got, they chose their topics. There was one, food and me, healthy eating and staying fit, PWS and restrictive practices, life after leaving school, which probably brought a tear to a few eyes, a productive work day, a mind dog, and explore social. So one girl who loves to socialise and go on trips. They chose all these topics themselves. And we had a first OWLA conference in 2022, just with 5 people. But again, they got up and spoke on their topics. One was on bullying, one was on mental health issues, one was his own business. A productive workday was another PowerPoint presentation that was given in the Asia Pacific conference. And, it's just amazing what they can do given the opportunity.
Exactly. What I do love is the self-determination is fierce in Prader-Willi syndrome. And our kids have this wonderful gift. Like my daughter, her heart breaks for people. She has this depth to her. And I think it's because of her courage and the way that she goes through life. And our way of life is absolutely perfect for our kids, and the way that they support and encourage each other and they care for each other and they want to keep each other safe. I really love that part of them. And I remember that room in 2024, it was crammed and people didn't want to leave. It was just so inspiring and also just wonderful. And I guess all the credit goes to you guys for holding this and for this initiative. And we really want that to flourish and grow.
Yeah, I hope it does, Kade. It's extremely heartwarming as well. And all these PowerPoints are able to be viewed on PWS Australia YouTube channel, and they're well worth watching. They really are.
Is there anything else that you would like to say about how to join the OWLA group?
Okay, joining the OWLA group is very easy. You can contact me. So it's georgina.loughnan@pws.au, and we can sign you up. So we need parental acknowledgement and not approval, but we need to have contact details from parents so that they know that you're there. And then we notify people each month, the week before, what the topic will be, and sometimes a little bit earlier if we know what the topic is earlier. And if some of the people aren't so keen on speaking in the group, or they weren't initially, so they used to write up what they wanted to say and they'd send it through to either myself or one of the other facilitators, and we'd go through their points with them. Most of the time all we needed to do was just nudge them and then off they would go. So yes, it's a great experience. Some have dropped out, some of them have sport on Saturdays, but they still want to be involved. And we also have a social gathering once a year. So of course that's a bit of an attraction. And we've had people travel interstate for these social events, the last one being at Loughnan Park last year, which was brilliant. And I must say, just a word of encouragement, we had, I think we had 12 people with Prader-Willi syndrome and their support family member or carer at Loughnan Park. We met at Circular Quay, walked across the harbour bridge, which is a bit of a walk, and then down to Loughnan Park. We were there from about 10 till 5 at Loughnan Park, and they had their lunch on picnic tables that they had brought themselves, and then they went home. We did not have one issue with one person. It was an absolutely brilliant day. It was really, really good.
Fantastic.
Everybody was surprised. So I would probably say my 3 takeaways from the OWLA groups are: people with PWS have huge potential to really achieve if they're given the support and opportunity. They thrive when they have purpose and something to focus on in their lives, and they love to talk about that. People with PWS can be incredibly thoughtful, insightful, and wise. They respond, and number 3, they respond so well to acceptance, due praise when it's deserved, and a receptive and patient listening ear. When they feel relaxed, so much of their tension and stress disappears, and they can communicate beautifully. So I would probably suggest, as an action from this podcast, is give your person with PWS quiet listening time and encourage them to shine, because they will.
Hi, my name is Kade Gordon. I have Prader-Willi syndrome. I was diagnosed when I'm a baby. The OWLA group means to meet other people who has the same syndrome and make friends with them. We discuss how your holiday and speak to others in the group. Go to school, advocate yourself to say what Prader-Willi syndrome is all about, to know about it. Do not let the people who has Prader-Willi been bullied in school. The group about to advocate yourself. We want to invite other people who have the same syndrome as me and make the group larger.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And I love that you've created this community and a space for our adults so that they can support each other and have each other's friendship and community all through their adult life.
So, Georgina, when is the next OWLA meeting? Given it's 24th of May now, when is the next one?
Okay, so the next OWLA meeting will not be until the 11th of July. Unfortunately, we won't be having a meeting in June because I will be away.
Okay.
Where there's no internet. So it will be the 11th of July.
Thank you, Georgina, for joining us today. Thank you for the decades of work with our kids. We really appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome, both Kade and Susie. It really has made my life, Prader-Willi syndrome. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. As we close tonight, don't forget to sign up as members at pws.org.au, where you'll also find ways to donate and sponsor our various projects and initiatives. Please remember to like, follow and share us on our socials. And until next week, let's keep talking.